I want to say is that I really appreciate you, Mitzi. I appreciate participating in Chop for Chop, and I really appreciate the fact that you came to Atlantic City, because you're a farm lady. I mean, you're a farmer, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think I've ever hung out with a farmer before, so like it's a first. And I gotta say, I didn't know much about farmers, but I feel like you're a very cool farmer.
I think calling me a farmer would be doing a disservice to true farmers. We have a lot of land we've got to maintain, but we don't keep animals alive there, and we don't have crops for sale. So
Even still, that's about as close to farmer as I've gotten in my entire life. Is there any analogy we could draw between farming and being a lawyer?
I think very jokingly, there's a lot of BS. Emphasis on the S involved in both. But the truth of it is, I think to do either, you have to not be afraid of hard work.
Yeah. So you came back to Atlantic City, and I believe this was your second Chop for Chop program. Again, really appreciate you doing that. How was Chopped 2024 different than your Chopped experience in 2023?
I think it's all a different experience. You guys are the premier edutainment, I think is the right word. And the storylines are always different and new. There's typically a lot of nice, fresh faces around. So it's a good opportunity to meet other people, whether it's outside counsel or other people in the legal community doing things similar to what I do. But it's just a great opportunity to come together, learn a little bit more about trial skills. And that's always going to be different at Chop for Chop because your trial attorneys that are there are typically different, right? And you learn nuances from each of them that you might put into play in your own day-to-day practice. They're a really typically great bunch of litigation and trial attorneys there.
Yeah, I mean, from Tara to Jeremy to Suzette and Leslie, I mean, you couldn't have picked a better fight card. And it was really, from my point of view, a wonderful experience seeing, all four of them compete on stage. And the fact pattern, I'm glad you brought up the fact pattern. Like this year, I really love the fact pattern, the George Santos versus Jimmy Kimmel case. And so I want to ask you, which witness did you like better, or which witness did you find more entertaining?
Oh, God, they were both equally entertaining. I guess if I had to pick, it would be George Santos. I mean, but he's got such a unique personality anyway, right?
Yeah, totally agree. So you were on the closing panel, and, there was an opening, there's two crosses and a closing. So you had the vantage point of who's going to win the whole thing and who's going to help us raise that total $20,000 for Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. What was that like, judging, the closing round, and more importantly, what was it like when you guys went back into the deliberation room to decide and vote on who was going to be chopped?
It was so close. The truth of the matter is it was so close. You had two really great trial attorneys, and it made it difficult because you want to give a little feedback for improvement, but that was almost tough to do because both were so great in their fields and played to their strengths. We all, I think, had what was kind of unique because the panel of amongst us judges was certainly a broad one too, though, but our feedback about the remaining attorneys was very similar despite our very unique and differing and diverse backgrounds. So the decision was a difficult one, but again, a fun exercise. And I think one thing's unique, even though most of us on the panel are no longer practicing attorneys, it's a good opportunity for us to take notes about what we like and don't like in a trial attorney, or what we might want to use for our future trials with our respective businesses. And it was just hard. It was hard. It was a great opportunity. It's always a great learning experience, I think, for those participating and going through the difficulty of the trial, as well as those who are judging it on the back end, Peter. And I think the oddest thing was that we had a lot of similar feelings about the contestants.
Yeah. Well, I got news for you. You're invited now. So now I know where I'm going to see you. If you can accept, we're hosting our annual Battle of the Experts in Miami in December. So hopefully you can put that on your calendar and we'll see you there. We'd love to have you on a panel. We'd love to have you on a micro panel. Just love to hang out with you. So Mitzi, thank you so much.
We'd love to do it. You know, anything for Magna. You guys are such a great resource and have been for years, regardless of the organization I've been with. So love the relationship we've had over the years. And so just about any time I can say yes to you or Magna, I certainly try to do so. I will put it on my calendar.
We love you and we love Davida, and anything we can do for you all, we're here for you. Thanks so much.